Tonight, a big setback. The deck has lost millions this year. Now they're forced to cancel winter events, how it's impacting their bottom line. And another down year. Golf in Duluth posts another season in the red, what it means for the future. Plus, serving those in need. The plans to continue Duluth's Thanksgiving tradition for those needing a hot meal.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anthony Mack. Kristen is on assignment tonight. Thanks for joining us. As Minnesota's new COVID-19 restrictions go into effect this weekend, what was the start of a comeback for the deck is now stopped in its tracks. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo breaks down just how much the venue has lost.
December was shaping up to be a promising month at the deck, but now 90% of their events are canceled.
Our two guiding principles right now are, number one, can we do it safely? And then number two, does it bring revenue into the building? We will never reverse those.
The deck's revenue is down 53%, a loss of more than $6 million. After already laying off almost 400 employees, DEC Interim Executive Director Roger Reinert says they'll now have to cut back even further.
The biggest challenge of the new executive order is just really the blow to the morale of the staff.
It's not just the deck that's hurting. The cancellation of youth hockey, curling club, and musical events impact the entire tourism industry.
When you lose the magnitude of and volume of these events all together cumulatively, and knowing that we're really looking at millions of dollars lost in just this short time frame of 4 weeks.
The deck also has to decide which maintenance projects are necessary and which ones will have to wait.
We will continue to ensure that the deck not only survives, but that it stays maintained and stays healthy.
Reinert says he's looking forward to the day when the community can gather once again.
Exceptions in the order mean not all deck events have been cut. The Bulldog women's hockey team will still play there, but with no fans. The COVID testing site will also continue to operate 7 days a week. Duluth gym owners are pleading with Minnesota's governor not to shut down their facilities. That's after Governor Tim Walz announced new COVID-19 restrictions, saying gyms have to shut down for the next 4 weeks. Walz said it's a place where people gather and could possibly spread COVID-19, adding to the uptick in cases. State data shows nearly 750 COVID-19 cases have been linked to gyms statewide. The owner of Impact Sports Training in Duluth says the physical benefits of intense exercise is obvious, but the mental health benefits cannot be overstated.
Combats risk of depression, suicide, loneliness. The hormonal effects are very positive. We try to make this the best part of every person's day that walks through the door.
IST Gym is allowing their clients to rent out a piece of equipment for the next 4 weeks. City golf operations operated at a loss again this year in Duluth. City officials are saying they took about a $100,000 hit this year while operating only Enger Golf Course and providing maintenance and upkeep for Lester. The courses have now posted a loss every year since 2010, totaling about $2.5 million. We're told starting with this year's loss, any future losses will come directly from the Parks and Rec budget as opposed to the city's general fund. Duluth's Parks and Rec manager said even with one course not open this season, Enger did not reach peak capacity.
It actually speaks to the issue of an overabundance of golf holes and an undersupply of golfers to golf those holes. It is not a good business strategy to spread your folks out over more holes than you can afford to maintain.
Plans for the 2021 golf year will be before the City Council on Monday. We're told current projections show if the plan to only allow golfers to play at Enger carries over, the city will break even or turn a profit next year. With another shutdown on the horizon and hospital beds in Minnesota filling up, Governor Tim Walz is calling on the federal government for help. The Democrat wrote a letter to leadership in the U.S. House and Senate to provide more relief for working families and businesses across the state. At a news briefing this afternoon, Governor Walz was joined by leaders from healthcare systems across the state. There he said he knows how hard the latest shutdown will be for people, but added it's what's necessary to slow the latest rise in cases and allow hospitals to care for their current patients while saving room for new ones and providing relief for healthcare workers.
Every healthcare system in Minnesota agrees with the moves that we're making. They find no pleasure in this. They find no joy in this. They know how painful this is to families, and it's painful to them.
Minnesota currently has about 300 ICU beds and 2,200 standard beds available across the entire state. Minnesota's economy is making a slow recovery as the pandemic continues. DEEG Commissioner Steve Grove discussed the latest employment numbers today. He says unemployment in the state dropped from 5.9% in September to 4.6% in October. That means about 137,000 people are still out of work. That's down from a peak of about 303,000 in May. Grove says the decrease in unemployment isn't because people found jobs, but because they dropped out of the workforce altogether, something he says is worrying.
We as a state remain a state that has a higher labor force participation rate than almost any state in the country, but obviously that drop is something that is concerning to us, and it does beg some questions about who's leaving the workforce and why.
Grove says the next 4 weeks will be challenging, and they do expect to see more people filing for unemployment. Duluth elementary school students made the switch to distance learning today. Middle and high school students have already been learning from home. Superintendent John Magus is tentatively planning for elementary students to return to a hybrid model on December 14th. The district will continue to provide bagged meals for pickup when school is in session. A Duluth homeless shelter has its first COVID-19 case, and now they're helping quarantine people who do not have a place to go. Chum did not say when the person who tested positive was at their shelter. Now they're testing others who were there at the same time. They're also moving people to a designated quarantine hotel, something the county and Chum have been planning for the past several months. In the meantime, Chum's shelter is closed for deep cleaning, and they hope to reopen on Monday. And Dave's here for our first look at the weather tonight. Dave, it was another warm one out there for a lot of us today.
Yeah, warmer than normal for every town,
okay.
Tony, though up towards the north it wasn't quite as warmer than normal as some other places. So our numbers today ran from 37 in Orr to 55 in Hayward. The normal is 34, so everybody was warmer than normal. That's from a warm front. But now a cold front's coming across tonight, and the warm spell goes away. And a little bit of a cool down comes for a couple of days, perhaps even 7 days. Right now, we're looking at a rain and snow mix possible here as a low pressure system and its cold front pass by our area. There's a chance it could slick up the roadways overnight here tonight, but should be gone fairly early in the morning. Our Friday day planner says still a 30% chance for this mix in the morning. Then it goes away by lunchtime. We get to be partly sunny or so, but with a high temp of only 32. No 52, down to 32. We'll talk about temperature trends for the weekends and another chance for a mix coming our way in just a bit.
Thanks, Dave. Thanksgiving traditions might not look like they usually do this year. One local tradition, the Twin Ports Thanksgiving Day Buffet, will not be held at the deck. Instead, volunteers are bringing Thanksgiving to you. CBS 3's Emma Quinn got an inside look at how they've made changes to keep traditions alive.
Turkey, stuffing, potatoes, and more. Those who volunteer for the annual Twin Ports Thanksgiving Day Buffet know a thing or two about cooking a Thanksgiving meal.
The event's been around for over 31 years.
This year, roughly 7,000 meals will still be served, but not in the deck ballroom like before. This year, volunteers are bringing Thanksgiving meals to your front door.
It's been quite different because we're so conscientious about the safetiness of it, but yet we feel the community really needs it. So we're working very hard to make it work.
This way these guys have a free cart here.
Making it work by packing up 640 family meal kits, which more than 100 drivers will deliver to families and people in need throughout the Twin Ports. And 3,000 hot meals will be sent out on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes.
Volunteers say while 2020 has been difficult, the Thanksgiving Day Buffet was going to happen one way or another, even if it meant less volunteers were able to help. As this year, they say the community coming together is needed now more than ever.
And they're so grateful. They just, you know, we tear up. So, very satisfying.
Got to help each other out, especially this time of year, you know, because some people are without jobs.
Because even when times are hard, keeping traditions alive can make all the difference.
Thank you very much. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
The volunteers will also be packing up 1,000 bagged lunches that will be sent to the Damiano Center and Chum for those who can't get a hot meal. Duluth's famous landmarks turned purple tonight to honor those most severely impacted by the pandemic. The Lift Bridge and Anger Tower were lit purple, along with dozens of other famous structures across the state of Minnesota. It's part of what the governor is calling Men Together, a tribute to frontline workers and the more than 3,000 Minnesotans who've lost their lives due to COVID-19. Walz is also continuing to call for flags at state and federal buildings in Minnesota to be flown at half-staff on the 19th of each month. Still to come, nothing can top the gift of life. How an Iron Range mailman is doing just that as we enter the holiday season.
Record high today is 55 from 1912. Today we got to 45 degrees in the Twin Ports, and down around Hayward they got to that 55 mark, but not tomorrow. No, we'll be closer to the normal of 34 than anything else, and I'll talk about how long that will stick around coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live, local, CBS3.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Dr. Annabelle Butler discusses bariatric surgery, which aims to significantly and sustainably reduce body weight.
Bariatric surgery is really meant to treat the disease of obesity, and the disease of obesity comes along with several other chronic metabolic diseases, and the ones that are most common that we see would be high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, sleep apnea. A patient with diabetes who comes in for their weight loss surgery will go home and notice that they're using much less insulin, if not completely off of their insulin after surgery. Not every patient that gets bariatric surgery has a medical condition related to their obesity, but the great thing about bariatric surgery is it actually helps prevent them from developing those conditions. Really, bariatric surgery ends up adding years to a patient's life.
Dr. Butler says bariatric surgery is a proven tool for long-term, meaningful weight loss, though she knows there are misconceptions among her patients and others.
I tell them it's not a willpower issue, and that's part of the stigma of weight, but we have to change the way that we view obesity. And I keep coming back to, obesity is a disease. Patients after weight loss surgery tend to enjoy a new lease on life. They have improved physical function. They are coming off of a lot of chronic long-term medications and in general have a higher quality of life after surgery.
Bariatric surgery patients generally return to work within 2 weeks. For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medical insight.
Your hands are cold, your feet are cold, you're freezing. Mother Nature is ready to bring you winter. Are you ready? Northwest Outlet is. It's the Northland's winter family clothing headquarters for men, women, and children. Northwest Outlet's massive inventory of the North Face, Columbia, and Carhartt with all the latest styles, colors, and sizes from 6 months to 5X is in. Long underwear, hats, gloves, mitts, snowsuits, pants, jackets, smart wool, and darn tough socks and winter boots for men, women, and kids are in all sizes. Northwest Outlet, your family's winter headquarters. 1814 Belknap, Superior.
CBS3 Weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement. Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
We get a 40% chance for a rain-snow mix across the region here tonight, and it's just off to the west of the Twin Ports. And if it does come to your town, that 40% chance pays off. Accumulations probably aren't going to be much at all. The Zeros call that a trace, to as much as 2/10 of an inch perhaps from Ore to International Falls. So not that much will fall, no, but it could be slippery, whatever form it does take. So do be cautious if you have to travel overnight and through tomorrow morning's commute. Then as tomorrow goes on, things are going to clear up, but not warm up. Now we're cooling down. The warm spell of yesterday and today goes away and will be a lot closer to normal for perhaps the next 7 days. Current conditions at the airport, 33 degrees at this hour, 85% for the relative humidity. Northwest winds going 10 miles per hour, and our air pressure is creeping up a little bit here, even though a low is trying to work through. Now it's at 29.96 inches of mercury. That's a sign that it's not a very potent low pressure system. Temperature-wise, we're eyeing up 28 to 30 at this hour in the Upper Peninsula, and we're running 29 to 36 in northwestern Wisconsin. Cool spot down towards Hayward. Warm spot close to the lake in Ashland. Superior in between. Low 30s towards Moose Lake and Willow River. 32 also around Two Harbors. And up the shore to Silver Bay, we dropped to 30. Hold on to that through Ely. Hibbing's there as well. 32 Grand Rapids and 29 right now International Falls. Low temps tonight likely will be in the 20s for most of our towns. And daytime highs tomorrow, probably lower 30s at best as a cold front comes through and takes our temperatures downward. Well, earlier today we had a little bit of precip pass by. It was a slight rain and snow shower chance that has been taking a break for a couple of hours, but now the next round is off to our west, and we can see a little bit of snow up north, a mix in the middle, and a touch of rain down towards the south. And to our west from Bemidji towards the border with North Dakota, winter weather advisory there. If anything sticks to the ground, it'll be that zone. Again, our region probably not getting much to stick, but it could be slippery, so do watch out again through tomorrow morning. Then tomorrow, Friday, should be on the cooler side. Partial sunshine comes to Minnesota. May stay cloudy for Wisconsin and the UP. Then into the weekend, I think higher pressure takes over. And for Saturday, we'll have sunshine, but staying cooler. Then once we get into Sunday, this low pressure system, another one comes to call. That brings another 30% chance for light precip, which in turn gives way and goes away by Monday. So not really any major snow chances this week. Now we take a look at the forecast tonight in Minnesota. Low temps from 22 to 30, 40% chance for the mix. 40% chance for a Wisconsin-Michigan mix as well. And low temps in the upper 20s. For tomorrow, daytime highs in the 30s for Wisconsin and Michigan with a mostly cloudy sky and partly sunny for Minnesota with high temps 25 to 35. Extended forecast. Tony, take a look. Not really warm, not really cold. Daytime highs run 28 to 35. Overnight lows go 15 to 25. And it should be more sunny than not with a slight precip chance, as we mentioned tonight. Another one on Sunday. Another one come Tuesday. And that's about it.
Doesn't look too shabby. Thanks,
Unless
Dave.
you're a hardcore snow fan, then it looks
Then it
pretty
doesn't
lousy.
look so great. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. The holidays are right around the corner, and one Ely woman has a kidney at the top of her Christmas list. Today, CBS3's Natalie Grant learned how one Facebook post and a lot of community love could help grant her wish.
For Geraldine Montgomery of Ely, illness is something that she knows all too well.
I've been diabetic since I was 18 months old, and I've been sickly my whole life.
Knowing that one day she would have to ask someone for the ultimate gift, a kidney.
They say you're on dialysis 3 to 5 years, if not longer, before somebody donates.
After entering into the final stage of renal failure, she took to Facebook, hoping that someone would help.
You know, she didn't even know about any of it until I knew me and her were a match.
After seeing Geraldine's post, her cousin Brett started the process to see if he was a match, and he was. Now the community is looking to lend their support. Places like Sir G's here in Ely that are stepping up to the plate by hosting a fundraiser for Brett and Geraldine.
That's the way Ely is. They care about everybody in the community. They always have. We look out for our own.
As Geraldine looks forward to a new chapter in life, all thanks to her donor.
Surgery is set for December 11th at Mayo Clinic in Rochester. Sir G's is hosting a fundraiser for Brett and Geraldine tomorrow night, starting at 4 p.m. to help Brett while he's out of work recovering. If you'd like more information on how you can donate, information will be on our website. Today is Give to the Max Day in Minnesota, and one local icon is looking to raise $10,000. The Duluth Library Foundation's Friend of Duluth Public Library and Clifford, the Big Red Dog, are looking for donations to the library. During this difficult time, the director of the Duluth Library Foundation says the donations will go towards buying more digital books, paper books, and supplies to help with the pandemic.
It's here to serve the whole community, and I think the gifts that people are giving are showing that they see the library as an important institution of stability and hope in our city.
If you're interested in donating, there is a link on our website. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the legal battle over the White House continues. Why Joe Biden says it's hurting him.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. From value-priced softeners to the world's best and even salt-free. No one has more solutions than Culligan to customize the best filtration for your home. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan, the local water experts.
In 2016, Mike missed out on a tax credit because he didn't get his health insurance through MNsure. He was sure he made too much money to qualify. He did it again the following year. And again. And again, and you get the picture. Every year, thousands of Minnesotans miss an exclusive tax credit through MNsure that averages over $5,100 a year. This year, be sure you're not one of them.
Maybe I should go through MNsure this year.
That is exactly right, Mike.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Make this the best holiday ever with the True Love Guarantee from Numi Jewelers. Give the gift of shimmering diamonds. This diamond earring and pendant set is $199 now through Small Business Saturday. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
This week is Menard's last 11% rebate sale of 2020. And it's a great time to update your appliances. We offer America's favorite brands, including Whirlpool, Amana, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Criterion. Check out the huge in-stock selection to take home today at the lowest prices. Upgrade to new energy-efficient appliances and save 11%. Stop in for all the great savings now during Menard's last 11% rebate sale of 2020.
Save big money at Menard's.
Well, we love showing you how amazing Minnesota is. It's been even more fun having you show us. Thank you for continuing to safely support Minnesota hospitality businesses. ExploreMinnesota.com.
Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
Duluth Lawn and Sport, your Skidoo Snowmobile headquarters.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Caitlin Moffitt this morning.
And the below average trend
Thanks so much for joining us. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3. Watch Jeopardy at 4:30, followed by CBS3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS3.
President-elect Joe Biden said he would not rule out taking legal action as the Trump administration continues to block the transition process as the president remains focused on fighting the election's results. CBS News has learned some current and former government officials have had limited contact with the Biden-Harris team, but Biden says the delay in a full transition could hamper his upcoming administration's response to COVID-19. The pandemic is also front and center for Vice President Mike Pence as the coronavirus task force held a second meeting this week as cases continue to rise all across the United States. Coming up in sports, playoff high school football continues. Kelly's got the highlights from Cloquet coming up next.
Live Local CBS3.
It's the pre-Thanksgiving sale at Fleet Farm. Shop in-store and online for huge savings on things like all Melissa and Doug toys. 30% off our low fleet price. An Eskimo 8-inch pistol bit ice auger, only $149.99. And get a free $50 Fleet Farm gift card when you spend $300 on any Milwaukee or DeWalt products. But hurry, these deals won't last long. Fleet Farm, the brands you trust.
Okay, Mr. Medicare figure-outer. One last question. What's the cost?
For many, Part A is free. Cost goes up the more parts you add. But UCare has Medicare Advantage plans that come with everything you need.
Sounds good. And so does your bike. Now.
Yeah, thanks to you, she's purring like a kitten on a bed of yarn.
Well, that's a new one.
Yeah, I just made it up. You can steal it for your bike shop.
No, I'm good.
At Ralph Eye Care Specialists, we help your family see well. We check your child's need for glasses, and we screen for problems which are best treated early in life. We test your parents for diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma. These often have no early symptoms, so regular eye exams are important. And we care for you, providing routine and emergency care for your lifetime. Call now to schedule an appointment at Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
The historic gateway to Duluth, the St. Louis County Depot, is now the heart and soul of arts, culture, and history in our region. And now more than ever, we need the joy found through the arts, the graceful beauty of dance, drama and excitement, the works of artists and artisans, our long and proud history preserved, and music to inspire. The Depot United campaign raises funds for all the organizations at the Depot. We need your support now more than ever. Donate through the mail or go online. Arts, culture, and history need you.
Red Zone Live is the perfect opportunity to get all of your local high school football in one place. And you're getting perspective and analysis from a former player himself, right, Neil?
That's right, Kelly. I played 4 years in the high school level and 4 years in the college level.
You can't help but feed off the energy of all these schools and all these athletes. I'm Kelly Hinseth.
And I'm Neil Viersba.
You can watch Red Zone Live following the news every Friday night during the high school football season starting at 10:20 on CBS3.
A major ruling by the state's high court will tell you why some
they had sales. They also say that people are ready to get out and shop.
Hope for an old mining project.
With the legislative session ending last...
The Miller Hill Mall in Duluth is open once again.
They gave us 3 hours to shut down, and they gave us 10 seconds to open.
Local reaction after 650 people were laid off.
Lawmakers in Minnesota can't...
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community, continue watching live local CBS3. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
As high school athletes brace for that impending shutdown of sports tomorrow night, there are still a few games left on the schedule to be played before then. Many playoff football games have been moved up from Saturday afternoon to tomorrow. There is even one game tonight. North Branch making a return from quarantine, taking on Cloquet. First quarter, Lumberjacks trailing by 8 at this point. Reese Sheldon takes the handoff, finds a lane, and he is off to the races. Nearly gets in, but is chased down by Gavin Jensen Schneider. No worries, though, because on the very next play, Marshall Hayes gets his name called and punches it in to tie the game up at 8. Same quarter, North Branch continuing to run the ball well. Ashton LaBelle breaks the plane to put the Vikings out in front. North Branch holds on for the 40-36 win in this one. Over in Wisconsin, there has been no shutdown of high school sports at the state level as of now, but the WIAA has capped the football playoffs at level 2, meaning that this is the final week of the season, no matter what happens. Northwestern was matched up against Ellsworth, a team they haven't played since 2018. The Tigers looking to add to their early lead going forward on 4th down. But the Panthers, Max Grand is all over this one, getting the sack to force a turnover on downs. But the Tigers will try again. This time quarterback Luke Sidden sneaks it up the middle for the big 17-yard 4th down conversion to keep this one keep him in the game. But Ellsworth has an answer as Max Grand does it on the offensive end, taking it 10 yards up the gut to put the Panthers on top. Northwestern season does come to an end with the tough loss. The volleyball season is also wrapping up soon. Greenway will finish unbeaten after an impressive win against Grand Rapids. The Raiders finished 12-0, Thunderhawks 11-2. Last Friday, we watched the Wisconsin Badgers drop the puck on men's college hockey season with a sweep at Notre Dame. While the Bulldogs won't be playing until December, the Golden Gophers opened up their season tonight in Minneapolis. Look away, Bulldog fans, with a great Big Ten matchup, too. The 11th-ranked Gophers hosting Penn State, currently ranked number 10 in the nation. Minnesota in their throwbacks. Got to admit, those are sweet. It's the 100th year of Gopher hockey. Some slick passing with Johnny Sorensen slaps home the rebound in the crease to put the Gophers up 1. Later in the second, look at this mess. Puck pinballing all over the place, but it doesn't always have to be pretty because all goals count the same. Scott Reedy makes it 2-0 Gophers. The Nittany Lions get one back in the third, but Minnesota wouldn't let them back in. Cullen Munson sneaks it inside the post. They would look at this one and ultimately rule goal. Minnesota, undefeated, wins their home opener 4-1 the final. And again, Bulldog fans, look away. The Badgers also back in action tonight, taking on 6th-ranked Michigan. Their first win at LeBron Arena, which will serve as their home arena this season. Josh S. breaks it nicely. A laser from the top of the circle to make it 1-0 after 1. But the second period was a much different story. Michigan ties it up, and then on the power play, Brendan Brisson's first collegiate goal gives the Wolverines the lead. Michigan would score 3 minutes in just under 5.5 minutes. Eric Ciccolini left all alone. Michigan hands Wisconsin their first loss, 5-2, the final. Yesterday, Governor Tim Walz announced a lot of new restrictions halting youth sports as well as large gatherings. So naturally, the UMD women's hockey team have announced guidelines for fan attendance for their first 2 home series over the next 2 months. UMD women's hockey games played at Amsoil Arena will be closed to all fans. That includes family and friends of participants and staff as well through the end of the 2020 calendar year, of course, due to COVID-19. The mandate impacts the team's home series against Minnesota on November 27th through the 28th and St. Cloud State on December 4th through the 5th. Road series policies will be up to the host schools. UMD is at Mankato for their first game of the season tomorrow night. Puck drop is at 6:07 p.m. And that is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
What's behind the curtain? Window treatments from concept to creation to installation. Bellinger Draperies, Shades, and Blinds. Shades above the rest.
Honey, what are you doing?
Carpet's getting a little long. Tripping hazard.
It's okay to be a little overprotective.
Seriously?
After all, it's how we feel about our customers. Western National Insurance.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,100 plus no payments for 90 days. See your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Well, we love showing you how amazing Minnesota is. It's been even more fun having you show us. Thank you for continuing to safely support Minnesota hospitality businesses. ExploreMinnesota.com.
When you needed results, we gave them to you. When you wanted accurate information in real time, we had it. Everything from the presidential election right down to your neighborhood. CBS3 was there. Live, local, CBS3, your station for campaign 2020.
Synergy. To us, it's the definition of what's behind the curtain. Discover what we can create together. Bellinger Draperies, Shades, and Blinds. Shades above the rest.
They're live, they're local. Watch the CBS3 News with Kristen Vaki and Anthony Matt tonight at 6, right after the CBS Evening News at 5:30.
A species making the news quite a bit lately has arrived at Duluth Zoo. The Lake Superior Zoo welcomed 3 North American gray wolves this week. The sisters arrived from a California wolf center on Tuesday. Since the zoo hasn't housed wolves in 5 years, they renovated the exhibit to include a den and a pool. It was recently announced that gray wolves have been taken off the nation's endangered species list. All right, Dave, let's get a last peek at the weather tonight. We got some sunshine on tap for tomorrow?
Maybe a little bit in Minnesota, but
Okay.
lesser chances for Wisconsin and the UP, as we still have a low pressure system in our vicinity. And that low tonight is creating a 40% chance for a rain and snow mix, which could stick around through commute time tomorrow morning. So do travel cautiously. It's not going to add up to much, but it may add up to slippery enough conditions. By Friday afternoon, like we were getting at here, it should be partly sunny in Minnesota and mostly sunny for everybody by Saturday. But the warm spell is gone. No more 52. Now it's more like 32, pretty much for the rest of the week.
Thanks for joining us tonight. Enjoy your evening.